Hey guys, welcome back to Boots and Bounty Homestead. My name is Casey and you are watching a open collaboration put on by Angela at the Inquisitive Farm Wife. Now this is, like I said, an open collaboration for candies and cookies all throughout this holiday season. It's open to anyone, but we do have scheduled channels that will be putting on videos this week and next week. I have a list down below. This week is going to be cookies. Next week is going to be candies. And we're not doing one next Thursday because it is Thanksgiving. So, I'm just going to give you a simple, easy recipe that is flourless and sugar-free. And it's only 3 ingredients. So, we have peanut butter. We have higher sugar, which is the sugar-free sugar of my choice. And 1 egg. And that's all we need. So we're going to use 1 cup of peanut butter, 1 egg. Now, with your sugar, I need you to look on the back and see if it is a 1-to-1 or if it's a 2-to-1, because that does make a difference. Most of them, well, I'd say about half and half. It's going to be half and half, 1-to-1, half and half, 2-to-1. This one is actually a 2-to-1. So therefore 1 cup of this equals 2 cups of sugar. So that does make a difference in your recipes when you convert them to sugar-free. Now this one calls for a half a cup of granulated sweetener. And I have made this before, and I do use a half a cup of sweetener even though this is a 2-to-1. So just be careful whenever you are using a different kind of sweetener or something different for your choice of sugar-free substitute. The first time may not be a successful hit, so you need to find out if you need to use the half a cup, or if you need to use a 1/4 of a cup, or if you need to use 1 whole cup. We're just going to start off with a half a cup today, and then that way you'll know kind of where to go from there. Like I said, this is a 2-to-1. So in a normal cookie recipe, this would equal 1 cup of sugar. So I am using a half a cup of sugar, if that makes sense. So this is going to be something, if you use a different kind of substitute, that you're going to kind of have to figure out the amount of sweetener to put in it. So that is all we have to do, is just mix those 3 ingredients together and then get to baking. So normally whenever I do event shows or vendor shows, I do sugar-free cookies, and I usually use this 3.5 ounce scoop. Pretty big. And they usually make about 4 to 5 inch round cookies, 1/2 inch thick. But today I'm going to use this one. This is probably about a 1.5 ounce scoop, just because I want several little bitty cookies. I don't need big fat cookies because these are really, really rich. So if you're making them at home, you might not want to do very big cookies until you kind of see your balance of, you know, how much you can eat, or how well you like them, or, you know, figure out the sugar thing. So what we're going to do is use our cookie scoop here, and we're just going to put them on some parchment paper lined cookie sheets. So while we're over here, we're going to preheat the oven to 350. I usually use 3 cookie sheets, My other cookie sheet is at the church because I made something one night, took to church, and I forgot my pan, so it's still at church. But I like to have multiple cookie sheets so I can get one ready while one's cooking. And I usually like to have a third one, like I said, to have one baking, one cooling, and one being prepped. So that's how I keep my cookies going for shows. Just because I only have one oven. I'm not a big event baker, so I just use my home oven. I can usually still get about 50 or 60 cookies done in a couple hours. Alright, so I've got my 2 cookie sheets here. And the secret to making parchment lay flat is to crumple it up. So crumple it up, lay it flat, and then we are going to scoop them out. So a secret with making some of these sugar-free cookies is you kind of want to shape them how you want them to be in the finished product, because a lot of them will just kind of expand, but they, like if you put regular chocolate chip cookies in a ball on a cookie sheet, they're going to flatten out and they're going to spread to make cookies. These are going to bake in the shape you make them. Some get a little bit bigger, some do not. So you want to kind of press them down. This is where you can use the fork and kind of put that little indentation in there if you want. But these you do have to kind of smash down. I like to keep mine between 1/4 and 1/2 inch for these cookies. Not all cookies, but for these cookies. And just kind of shape them, because some of the edges can be kind of raw and pointy. And I like to go ahead and just kind of round those out so they don't stick out, because I don't want them to burn either. And these are, these have enough fat in them from the peanut butter where they're not going to stick to your fingers. I have made other cookies on here, and I did mention where you had to wet your fingers because they would be so sticky that you couldn't pat them out like we're doing here. So to be fun, I'm going to get my fork. Let's see. I like to use a wide one so I can get the indentions. And then you can just kind of make your little fork indentions. Okay, so there they are. This recipe makes 6 of these big, well, 5 and a little bit left over of these big 3.5 scoops. If you want to do big show cookies, it makes like 5 or 6. So this is not a very cost efficient cookie for a show without a good price tag on them, but they are great for personal use, and these little ones are exceptionally cute. So as soon as the oven gets through preheating, I'm going to throw it in the oven. Thank you guys for stopping by, checking out my cookie recipe. Don't forget to go check out all the other collaborators that are listed down below. And if you would like to be in this collaboration, go ahead and make your video, post it on YouTube, and then tag Angela at The Inquisitive Farm Wife, and she will get you put into the playlist. Thank you so much for stopping by, and we will see you later, guys. Bye!